Right, this is my first YouTube video. I know what it was meant to be, but unfortunately something else broke and I had to get into recording that first. So but here it is. It's just come in from Spain today. I haven't opened it yet, so I'll just take it out of the packet. Let's have a quick look and see what it is, and see if it looks like it's anything that I might possibly be able to repair. Now, I've probably started on the world's most difficult things to start with. I've got a knife here because they're so tiny, but I've always had a thing about watches, and more specifically radio watches, and they seem to be either very expensive or very broken. So I'm just gonna. I haven't ever had one before. I have had two. Sorry, I've had two. I had one when I was at school, and one in about 86, maybe 87, when I bought one from the garage. I think it was about £5.99. Here we go. Rello FM, no function. So we'll see. Just put this knife away. I stuffed myself with it. Right, let's have a look at this. I don't know. Right, these are a bit unusual, and I've not really been able to find out a lot about them. So let's have a look. It was about, I don't know what it's like condition wise, but look, there it is. Look, I'll zoom in a bit. I've got this, it's all a bit low tech this at the moment. Right, you should be able to, that's 3 times zoom, should be able to see that there. Right, so yeah, that looks like there's backs covers missing. I mean, it could have anything wrong with it. It's literally very old. All the lugs are there for the strap, but it weighs nothing. It turns. Oh, it does have a dial on the side. It does turn. So yeah, there it is. That's one side, radio watch, and there's the other side. So okay, right. Let me get the screwdriver bits out and I'll get it opened up and have a look at it. No branding incidentally on this, it just says Quartz radio watch, so it's probably incredibly cheap. It's got a missing pusher here. I presume that's the reset. I mean, this thing weighs nothing. It weighs nothing. These are not buttons, these are just, this front is very scratched. Very basic watch. But with the FM in it, we'll see. Right, let me get it opened up and I'll record. I may as well record this. I can always fast forward it through it. These are the world's smallest screws. Let me just 1 second. Let me just. I can barely see them. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Okay, there's one. I don't know if these have been apart recently or not. They could have, that one's rounded. So that was rounded. That one's rounded. Well, that one is coming out. Sorry, you can just see my big fat hands there. That one's come out. Let me try this again. This might be. These are very rusty, which is never good. Is that come out? No, it's just completely rounded off. I love these sort of cheap, super cheap watches that were probably given away with something when new. That one's completely. That's completely certain. I'm going to stop the video and try and get this out, and then I'll come back. Almost forgotten that the first rule of anything is to check that it doesn't work. So I still haven't got the back off. I'll do that in a minute. But let's put some batteries in it. These are the closest ones to the gap that I can find. And if I push them over that side to make the contact, there should be 3 volts, I guess, because it'll take 2. If I reset it, no signs of life. Right, what I do have is a little set of speakers here. Just because the watch isn't working may not necessarily mean, although it almost certainly does, and there's almost certainly no hope of me getting this working again, but I'll collect it as a dead shell anyway. I do have a little amplifier here. Ooh. Unbelievable. Right, it's disconnect that. I've got these on some external. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe the FM radio works. That's, and it was working on the tuning dial. So the only bit that's not working, some might say the most important bit, but not for me, is the gauge. Sorry, I'm not working in the middle of this very well. Oh, I can't believe that. I'm made up with that. That's my first time. What's the chances? I mean, it looks very good inside, so that means there's some hope for the watch. So presumably pushing this in and out, turns the clock on and off. I imagine those contacts want to clean. I can't believe that. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I need to learn to work like that. So that little thing I wasn't expecting much of, bingo, it works. So, right, that's one problem that we don't have a problem with. I'm going to have to measure those and get a strap for it. But I'll zoom in on this so you can see it a bit better. I think I can get to about 6 times zoom before it starts breaking up a bit. So that's the one. Those are the batteries. I mean, they probably could do with being a bit wider. The ones I've used are, these are just cheapo testy ones. I wouldn't leave these in because they'll LR1130s. They're about the right thickness, but not quite wide enough, so I need to measure and try and figure out what was in there. And also I'm going to have to try and make a case. I've wanted a 3D printer forever, so that might be a good excuse. There we go. Right, so that seems to be... I can't believe that. Let's just try that again. I can't believe that worked. I can't believe that worked. Right, I have to push the batteries to one side. Batteries, it's really hard to do. So anyway, right, so the fun bit works. That's the first ever radio watch I've ever had. I think apart from the new one I bought in '87, that worked for a bit, but that so far hasn't shown up. I found another interesting watch the other day in my parents' attic. That was quite rare apparently now, but So this one is definitely missing a thing, so I'm going to have to try and repair that, but we'll see. Anyway, right, I'll leave that. Right, I got the screw out. It was a bit of a pain, but I drilled it off, and you can just see that this is going to focus, that the end here, probably not going to focus, at the end is just still in here. So I'm going to get that out and zoom out a bit. Right, so the reason obviously it didn't work, the watch battery didn't work, was because I forgot these have 2 batteries in them. So there's the other battery, there is the other battery. There's the 2 for the radio, which obviously we know works, and I tried it on some headphones and it works amazingly well on headphones. The ones I plugged it into before you could hear were some amplified ones. They picked up a lot of the battery static, but it works amazingly well. But there is the watch battery. Now, as you can see, it's a completely separate circuit underneath, I think. So this at the top here, I need to zoom out a bit, hang on. This at the top here is all the FM radio stuff, and the circuit that's underneath here, you can just see it, maybe just see it, is obviously for the thing. Now there's a bit of corrosion there, and the battery's obviously been in it a very long time, so we will see. So first of all, let's get this off. Let's get this out. A pair of pliers here. Let's very carefully take this out. Don't want to put too much side load on it. Well, for the first one I picked, that I was thinking, oh, this could be insanely difficult. Like, because basically I don't know what I'm doing. I've lucked out that the FM radio is working. That is unbelievable. Now I'm going to change that battery. Obviously the other guy who owned it didn't realise, or couldn't get these screws out, because let's face it, they haven't been exactly easy. Okay, there we go, that's nearly out. I've got a feeling somebody's been in here before. Try to be gentle with this. Alright, there we go. That's got the remains of that out, so we're back to this. Right, so let's pull that battery out. I will change in this camera, seeing it's the autofocusing's a bit slow, but nonetheless. Right, anyway, so let's have a quick look at this and see. I don't know what I probably. Oh, that's pretty melted in there. That's been in there a while. Ooh, there's some corrosion under it. It's a bit more green. It doesn't look too wet. I don't know if I've got any isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, I think I have somewhere. Right, I found some batteries downstairs. I've got some LR41s. What's that? Anyone see? L, not the one you've got. Something else. Anyway, I think there's the power. It pushes in on the side there. This looks relatively, I mean, dare say it, modernish. I don't know what year these were from. I did find a little bit more out about them. There was something seemed to be linked. There was I forget the name now. I think it was something like Kendall. I can't remember, but let's have a pop a battery in and let's see. I should have got it out of the packet before. These are just cheapo ones, but wouldn't it be amazing if this worked? If not, then there might be a chance. Right, it has got its button missing, and now I was sort of hoping that it might be inside, but I can't see it inside. There is something there. think somebody's been in here before, because if you look here, the screw's missing. And this wire that comes across here, these little things here, these little magnet things, which I've been strewn across this with a little label over the top and popped in the top here. Like maybe somebody's modified this in the past. Oh, what's that under there? What's that? There's something in there. It looks like solder. Yeah, there's solder in there. There's another piece there. I think somebody's been in here before then. I mean, the radio on it is exceptional, so it might well be that somebody who's a bit of a buff has been in here and modified this, because it works exceptionally well. Anyway, is that the same size? Is it the same size battery? I'm not very good at keeping this in the middle of the screen, am I? Is that the same size battery? Good grief, it is. Okay, right, let's try it. God, did that just pop up there? Place your bets. So this, if this works, which would be a miracle, can't even get it in. Oh man, I think it's got to go in straight, dead square. Let's get that. Dead square. Ah, good. I can't do it. Right, what's your bets? Look at that. It works. It's fully working. What's the chances? Everything works on it. And it looks like it's been modified, perhaps, to be even better than it was when new. I need to find out what that bit of solder was. Let me just see if I can. Maybe it's not another bit, I don't know. I don't want to mess with that too much, because it works. Well, the button's not in it, but other than that, I've managed to get the. Maybe I should zoom out a bit more when working on this stuff. I've managed to get the. It'd be better to work on it further away and then bring it up to the camera, but I've managed to get it out without cracking this bit of plastic. I think it was that one, yeah. So I've got to have to make a watch battery back. I don't know how that worked. It looks, looking at that, it looks like it was threaded. So, it looks threaded. Anyway, absolute result. Let's see if it actually does anything when I think the button's still there. Is that there? Yeah, so that looks like the pusher's there, so it just needs a piece making. Right, let's just, actually, let me hold it with that on. I'm a bit of a bit clumsy. Right, let's see if it reset. Oh, it's definitely, I think there's not a great contact there. Does it reset? Didn't do anything. Well, it's on. Oh, look at that. So it started. So it sets as well. So I think, yeah, AM. Yeah, that's setting. You see that? The screen's not great. Look at that. AM 12. And then set the second one. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? 15:24. So let's see if let's have a go at it. Just to see. Oh, some segments just dropped out. That's weird. So looks like it needs a clean. Looks like some segments have dropped out. Let's reset it again. Oh. Yeah, look, if you touch the screen here, it does clean. I think that needs to come apart and be cleaned. So, pretty good. I mean, I'll give that a clean. So that probably doesn't say 12:10, that probably says 12 o'clock, which I thought was a bit strange. It started at the 10 past and we couldn't see it till, yeah, so that's probably saying 12 o'clock, so there's probably some segments missing here. But yeah, that'll be 00, won't it? And then that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's gone to 20, yeah. So there's a couple of segments missing. That whole side, the middle one's lit up, so it does look like it wants a clean. And I notice if I push it, look, they're coming back. If I squeeze it, so looks like the zebra connector. I imagine, I think another zebra connector is a bit dirty, but so there's something to do. Right, okay, well, let's establish that it works. That's incredible, I can't believe it. My first watch for YouTube, and it works. And it's meant to be broken. Mostly works. Let's just try this again. So this, and it's not the, it doesn't have the sort of prettiest case in the world. There's not much. I mean, it's not going to win any awards. So I have been wondering whether, I mean, it's outside my knowledge at the moment, but if I got a 3D printer, maybe I could 3D print a new case for it, along with some other ideas I've had. But also, this is pretty. I just wonder if that's a single-sided board, whether I could copy that. Doesn't look too difficult. I think it's a standard FM thing. I mean, it doesn't look too bad a quality, amazingly, given what the watch looks like. So yeah, maybe do something with it. I'll find the pictures that I've got of some screen grabs that there was a name with it, and I'll need to do the cleaning. Obviously I think that needs to come apart, because you can see there's a few segments missing, but overall that's really not bad considering it was non-working. And the battery there is an LR41. If anybody sees this video and thinks, I wonder what battery you use, because mine hasn't got one in it. It was an LR41, and the one that came out of it, put that down, the one that came out of it is, if I can see it, God, these are so small. And it's got corrosion on it. Looks like L736. Don't know whether that will show, I don't think it will. I'm trying to get it to focus. Nah. Looks like L736, but I'd have to check. But anyway, doesn't matter, because an LR41, right, I do need to find out what batteries go in this. So I'd presume I've got the oldest and knackeredest pair of, so the width needs to be around that. So we're looking for something around 11mm wide. What are these ones? These are some ones I had lying around. These are AG10s. AG10s. And these are 11mm wide, so the width probably okay on. Right, let me just get, the width's okay, but possibly the depth's an issue. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the fact that I don't have a cover for it. I mean, they're not bad. To be honest, they could be the right ones. If it had a plastic thing that held it, then they may be the right ones. So those are AG10s, which are also these are the cheapest ones now. LR1130Ws, 1.55 volt. Whether they should be 1.55 or 1.5, I don't know, but they seem to work. Yeah, they're definitely the right width, so it must be the right size. It's probably just because there's no top. There must have been some sort of case that wound in. So overall, for first attempt, first purchase, and that has come from Spain. That's come from Spain. That is not actually too bad. So I'll probably do a little video on that, cleaning the screen, once I've figured that out. And yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's amazing. I can't believe it worked. Right, as you can see, I've added a strap. It was just a cheap, very cheap one I got off eBay a while ago, but it's a bit short, to be honest, for an adult, but it works and it matches the watch quite well. So it's just a cheap plastic strap and goes with a cheap plastic watch, I guess. But anyway, so I do need to do some more to this because I've still got to make this segment work here. That should be a 0, and it's not. It's a 1 because this side's not working, so I'm going to have a look at that. I put a little bit of paper in. I've been trying the radio. The radio works perfectly. So yeah, anyway, right. So that's the one without the screw. Let's get this back apart. The radio's been working really well. It's staggeringly clear, given I don't know when it was last used, and it's an FM radio, but it works extremely well. So that's good. And that's a bit of paper I put in there to keep the batteries from moving around. Bit of a bodge, which is how it will have to be for a bit. Right, so what holds this in? I can't actually see. Right, well, I've done the classic, forgot to record it, not press the button, but I have just removed this. You can see that there. I don't know if it will focus. Just zoom out a bit. And it's very simple circuit, and there it is. So I put that to one side, and then I'm just slowly removing the screws from this. It doesn't look like that screw has a screw, so it looks like this is just a generic. Right, I don't know what we're going to find now. Ah, a bit of corrosion.
Oh, I do know how to push there.
Okay, that's probably why. Right, as you can see, There's a little bit of corrosion on that. I'm just going to give this a little clean. I've hardly got any alcohol left. There's also some, looks like battery acid or something there. Let's give these contacts for the zebra. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit, no, just going to leave that, whatever it is. Right, let's clean this off here. That looks like a bit of white paper there. There's a bit of dirt around here. That's actually, oh, these are not the right ones. Let's get this clean. There's a blob of solder there. Let's get that out. Right, okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. There's some bits in here. Very fine bits. Let's get them out. Shush cat. Right. I'll have it done in a minute. Right, so that's the connection from the pusher. So that just needs, it's going to need a new pusher. So I've got interruptions from little children. There's some little blobs of solder. I wouldn't wonder actually if they'd always been in there. Some little tiny bits in here. I'm just going to see if I can. There's another bit there. I think they've always been in. That looks like it's actually stuck in the foam. This is not a particularly high-end watch. Low-end. Right, let's get those bits out. Okay. Right, I think that's pretty much it. I'm a bit loath to take that off there. I don't know if it would. I think probably the best bet is we can try this because it's separate. So if I put it back together again, there's some corrosion there. That's not corrosion, it's the green stuff from the battery that's fallen in. And there's some dust I managed to get there, some fluff. Oh, sorry, I'm not working in the camera area. Zoom out slightly. So if I put this back together again, I've got another Q-tip, cotton bud. Right, let's get rid of all that. bad connection could be this side, or it could be the... I can actually put that in there. That clean. That clean. Give all this a clean. Oh, these are the wrong ones. Right. Apart from it's covered in fluff. Oh, I need to clean the battery contact this side. Let's get rid of those green crusty bits as best I can. Right, okay, that'll do. That's clean enough. Let's get rid of that fluff. Let's make sure there's no fluff or dirt on that. Let's put that back in here. And see how much worse it's got. Okay. Gosh, this diddy stuff. Big fat fingers. Right, that connection might be on the other side of the zebra strip, so... Oh, come on. Is that in line? God, blimey. Oh my gosh. Definitely do something to hold the watch. Yeah, this is not the best way. Okay, got it. Is that line that looks it? Do you know what? I've missed that out. It's got a little stop on it as well, so I presume the stop goes that side rather than that side. Oh, I didn't really notice. One side it's going to go much further than the other, isn't it? Is it going to go in? No, of course it's not. It's not going to go in. So I'm going to have to take that out. Right, back to where I was. It's now in. I decided to put the wheel so that it had the most amount of movement. And I don't know whether I should also have set the wheel on the other bit before I did it, but still. Let's just get this screwed down and see if it works. Ooh, it's a bit better. But it's not perfect. push down, it works. Yeah, if I push down here, it works. It might be that the board's become a bit... It's a lot of turn. That's going to do a lot of turns, that one. No. But if I push it, it works. Maybe I'll take the zebra strip off. I mean, in for a penny. Back here again. I'm going to pull the zebra strip off. Let's have a look under here. Does this come off? No. Does this move? Yeah. Okay. Right, it's flush against that side. I don't know if that makes any odds. Probably not. Right, let's go. First tip and get that away. Hmm? Oh no.
How are you getting on?
Just stripping it down again. I'm just trying to get the screen to work.
Useful for it.
I'm just trying to get this to... There's the screen. Look. I mean, it's got 2 chances.
You're not in video.
But the audio is. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, which way up did that fall out? Oh no. There's the top there. Oh God, it's so small. Everything is so small.
You're not in video.
Okay.
I'll leave the door open for people.
Right, just going to clean where that zebra connector goes. Yeah. And see if it makes any odds. Right, there's the zebra connector. Let's put that back in. I'm wondering if that board has... There's a white speck on it there. It's alright, I can't see what I'm doing. This video is terrible. But... Right. That's all of it. I'm going to try and fit that back under there somehow. It seems to be squashed under there. I'm guessing it won't matter if it isn't. Right. It's got some fluff on it. The last thing we need is fluff. if that board's not straight anymore. Maybe a very slight dome in it, very slight, but let's put that back on there. And put this board on and see if it makes any difference. Let's get it in the square. And let's try one more time. Put the battery in. It's tight. Refocus. This battery clean. Let's drop it back in and see what happens, if anything happens. Oh, we win. Look at that. Dirty connection. Let's see if the watch starts. Yep, starts. Let's see if I can change the time so that it goes to another digit. Oops. Ah, battery came loose. Try it again. Oh, it's a bit flickery. It's not bad, but it's a bit flickery. Just wondering whether get just a little bit more on that, and just a tiny bit more on that. Yeah, I think that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. I think luck is being pushed anymore. Right, so let's just, I didn't really clean this up. Just getting bits out of it. It's surprisingly clean actually. There's bits out. Right. Let's put it back together. Right, so that's, if that was face down, I don't know whether these just perma spin or whether that doesn't look like it. It looks like it's going to have to drop in. It's going to have to drop in, I think. Let's give it a little clean. It seems a shame while here not to give it a clean. I need to learn to work more on things. I haven't got very good kit here, I'll be honest. This is a 10-year-old camera on a cheap stand. These have got gold contacts. I mean, that's that gold. They very much look like gold-plated contacts because they're not. Like, there's no corrosion or anything on them. Let's just make sure there's nothing in here. So let's give this a clean out for want of doing anything better. and then somehow we have to get that little bar there into that. Now, does that? That's going to need to drop in, isn't it? I mean, we could try and set that to that angle and then drop it in. It should be something like that, but it doesn't do that. I wonder if I've got it in the wrong way around. Ah, does it there? I think we need to check. I should have marked that. Eek. What's me with the fattest fingers in the world, trying to do the most delicate thing in the universe, which is also need to get those into there. No, how on earth does that go in there? If you see, those contacts have to just drop into there. There's about 15 different things that have to happen all at the same time. Right, I'm just going to pause filming. Okay, it's back together. I didn't film the putting the bulb back in. I've got it back together again. It's back as it was, I'm pretty sure. I have just tested the radio and the radio works and the display's still working, so I'm going to put this back on. I have bodged a bit of battery holder in there and I'm going to put this back in here like this. This is just so it doesn't short against that connection there, although it seems to touch it an awful lot, so it could be the same polarity. But if I just shove that down there, okay, you can't shove that down there. Right, again, I think I'll just get this. Okay, I've put it back together. The bodge back is on there perfectly, so that keeps the battery steady. I've only got 3 screws because I still need to replace this remains of that. Don't know where I saw that. So that's got to be done. I've got the strap on, so jobs to do. Polish this front because it's very difficult to see, so I'll repolish that, and I need to find a button to fit there, but it works with a little metal pusher, so it works with anything, so it's not too bad. There's not actually the contact's already there, so you just need to push that in, so I just need to find something to go in there.